Hey there, fellow Trekkies or Trekkers or Star Trek fans. What do we call ourselves now? Star Trek fans? I don't know. Let me know in the comments below what like the official title is now, because I'm kind of lost on that. So for this episode, or this little video I suppose, I just want to take a quick moment to talk about the new show coming out, Star Trek Discovery. I think I called it like Destiny in an episode, so oops, it happens. So Star Trek Discovery, what we do know thus far about it is that it's supposed to take place 10 years before the original series, so before Kirk. And after Enterprise, so I guess it's supposed to bridge the gap between Enterprise and the original series, which is cool, I guess. And we have a female role taking the lead in this. Now, she's not a captain, apparently. She's a lieutenant commander, so that's kind of interesting. I dig that. I like that idea. And her character is a character from the original pilot episode, so they're kind of bringing back a character that they already had slated to fill this role and give her a little bit more characterization. So that's cool. I'm digging that. I like that idea of having her kind of reprising a role. I don't know her name. If you know her name, let me know in the comments below. I couldn't find it anywhere. But if you know, let me know what it is. Now, speaking of Discovery, let's talk about the ship, because the ship has caused a little bit of like waves and controversy in the Star Trek kind of fandom right now. A lot of people love it, a lot of people hate it. I personally think this ship looks like crap. I hate it. I think it's just a god-awful design. I don't know why they're going this route. It looks like a Frisbee stuck on like a piece of pizza. People are saying it looks Klingon mixed with Federation, which doesn't make sense for the timeline that they're going in. So I don't know what the point of this ship is, especially when you look at something like the new movies. Just how like sleek and sexy the Enterprise was in those movies, and now you go back to this weird clunky thing that looks like an air hog. Like it just doesn't look good. It looks like an elementary school kid's design of a ship. They were like, "Look, Mom, look what I made today!" Ho ho ho! Why did that turned into Mickey Mouse? So again, like out of all the ships that you could pick from the huge variety of Starfleet like ships, especially in this era, it's weird that they went with this. And I know that it is based on an old design. I think it was either for a movie or maybe for the show originally. But there's kind of a reason maybe why they didn't pick that design back then, because they knew it looked like crap. But I mean, I guess they're going for that retro design fitting into this era, which brings me to another point. If you're gonna go with this retro timeline, go retro with it. Like, I'm hoping that they really just go crazy and retro with this in terms of like have the buttons and shit on the wall, have them, you know, the like kind of buttons and the thing that you gotta press and speak into the speaker and all that stuff. Because I think that's where Enterprise lost a lot of people. Like, Enterprise was a prequel that took place, you know, way before the original series, and it looked more advanced than the original series did. It didn't fit. I still liked Enterprise. I thought it was really good, don't get me wrong. But like from the aesthetic standpoint, yeah, it looked too like crazily advanced for the time. So hopefully they really stick to their guns and go with like just a retro feel. I don't think they're going to get slammed on doing that. In terms of the costumes, I'm really hoping that they stick with the original series costumes. I'm hoping that they really stick to their guns. It's 10 years before Kirk. So, I mean, Starfleet was still, like, around. Kirk, it didn't start with Kirk. I mean, they still would have been wearing similar uniforms. So I'm hoping they stick to something like that and don't go, like, a crazy new design. I'm just hoping that they stick to the original series look and phasers and tricorders and all that sort of stuff, especially if you're setting it in the Prime universe. Now, when this show got announced, I got very excited for it because I was hoping that they were going to go a different route with it. My original idea, I'm going to pitch you like Tender's idea for a Star Trek show real quick. I was hoping that they were going to follow Nemesis, because Nemesis leaves a lot of open doors, especially with the 2009 film and Romulus getting destroyed. I really was hoping that they were going to follow, you know, what happened after that movie in terms of, you know, the Romulans trying to find their way in the universe again and what the Federation is doing after, you know, Shinzon and the attack and all that sort of stuff. And you could have had some really cool cameos with Riker and Worf and LaForge and Crusher and all these different characters making appearances on the show. Whereas I suppose with Discovery, you could bring back Archer and Reed and Mayweather and T'Pol and all these characters. I guess you could do that. But again, I was just hoping that they were going to follow Nemesis' storyline. And I guess Star Trek Online sort of does that, but not everybody plays that. So if you brought that to the show, I think it would work maybe better. I don't know. But yeah, it's just because when you have a prequel, you kind of know where everything ends. Whereas if you did a continuation, so after Nemesis, you really are going into the unknown. I don't know where things would lead with the Federation and with the Romulans and the Klingons and the Borg and all this sort of stuff. So I think that would have been a more interesting story. That's just my personal idea. Whereas, I mean, another idea that I had was you could have set it in the new timeline, in the Kelvin timeline, and done sort of like an Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. kind of thing with it, where you have Kirk and his crew out on their 5-year mission, and this is highlighting more of like what Starfleet's doing during that time and dealing with Klingons and Romulans and all that sort of stuff. So I don't know. I like the idea of doing a prequel, but it feels like that might just be a continuation of Enterprise. I don't know. We'll see how it turns out. I'm cautiously optimistic. I'm all things Star Trek, so hopefully it's awesome. I think it will be. I mean, Star Trek's great no matter what you do with it. But I think they could have gone maybe a different route with it and maybe a different ship. And I'm hoping that this is just like a test run. They threw it out there to get some feedback, and enough people are going to kind of poo-poo on it that they don't do it. So hopefully we maybe get a refined ship going forward with Discovery. So those are just some of my ideas with this Trek series. Obviously, they've like set in motion what's going to be happening. Those were just my personal ideas and thoughts. And if you have personal ideas and thoughts or comments that you want to leave, or your ideas for what you'd like to see in a Star Trek show, leave them in the comments below. Or if you have like a ship design that you want to send my way, throw it on our Facebook page as well. I always look at them and always read the messages. And if you want me to share it on the show, I'm more than happy to do that as well. And if you haven't already, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button for all the latest and greatest videos that we're doing here on Tender Gaming. And I'm going to do my best to bring you all the updates as they come with Discovery. So yeah, we'll be bringing you pretty much everything, hopefully kind of up to date, that happens with this show, and keep you guys up to speed as well. So again, like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you all in the very next episode of Tender Gaming. Make it so, number one. You're so fucking sexy. Oh, I just want you inside of me. No, shh. I don't want to tell anybody.